1894, consumerqb.com. consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And thanks for hanging out with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate it. We want to be that one-stop shop, that one call that you make for any intelligent advice you need. All types of different expert contributors with the show. We've got Diane, VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage on the line. Ray Hall Appraisals in studio. And we're talking about real estate market. You know, there's a shift in place. What's going on locally? A lot of times you hear these national stories. You know, people are all doom and gloom. That's not the case. We're going to help you cut through a lot of that nonsense out there in the mainstream media, what you find, and help you understand it locally, on a local level. What is really the impact? What is happening? What are the absorption rates doing? What about days on market? Are we seeing price cuts? Those are all things we're going to address here coming up on the show. Before we do, I want to let you know about a hot listing that we've got at 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. This is a gorgeous property, corner lot, gated community in Tampa Bay. Now, this property is 5,000 square feet, 5 bathrooms. You've got a spiral staircase up to the second floor, as well as a private elevator, granite countertops, new appliances, heated pool, heated spa. Beautiful property, 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt, find a one you can't live without.
And you can buy some dirt out in Plant City. I got a property at 1804 East Spencer Street in Plant City. This one just hit the market. It's over an acre of land on Spencer Street in Plant City. Great market as well. It's interesting. Lakeland, Plant City is actually seeing an uptick right now. Mm-hmm. I believe it's the location between Orlando, Tampa, the investment by big corporations. 1804 East Spencer Street, Plant City. Buy some dirt, build your home, put your roots down deep. 1.15 acre, water source connected, no HOA, deed restricted. And this one has approximately a 30-foot by 25-foot slab already plumbed. So you got some advantages there at 1804 East Spencer Street, Plant City. You can see all of our listings online, platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, going back to Diane and Ray Hall's in studio. I want to ask Ray, we kind of teased this a little bit. So vacant metros in Tampa Bay. So it's an interesting story that I had looked at. I saw it on LinkedIn online, but it's interesting. So it says Tampa Bay ranks number 3 amongst vacant U.S. metros. While it's not a fallacy, Tampa Bay, Orlando, Miami, and other noted metros in the area is having a lot of second home / vacation homes and short-term rentals. Overall, housing inventory remains near all-time lows, and housing costs continue to rise. Your take?
Absolutely. And, you know, you can read an article like that, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, my God, we have all this inventory. We have all these vacancies. What do we do? No, right. That's because it's a desirable area. Mm-hmm. So people are buying real estate in the area, and they're coming and visiting in the winter months, and they're spending money.
Yeah.
The Airbnbs, you know, really popular way to, you know, go on vacation these days.
Yeah.
And we do have several areas here in the Tampa Bay area that will allow you to do short-term rentals.
Right.
Now, some local municipalities won't allow it. You can't go out into the city of Clearwater and have an Airbnb. They're not going to allow it. You can get fined.
Yep.
But you can go into unincorporated Pinellas County, and you can, you know, have these Airbnbs. I believe up in Dunedin you can do it. So as far as I'm concerned, I consider that a positive.
Yeah.
On the area, and it just shows the desirability of the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
I had a colleague of mine in another state who I meet with once in a while. You know, he called me up. He said, "Hey, my son's going to be coming appraiser, and he wants to live in Tampa. Can he have a job, you know, when he's ready?" You know, so we still have these people coming down here.
Big time.
You know, and a lot of people are looking at the market kind of reacting, and you know, I don't want to say there's something bad going on, but it's reacting to the change in the interest rates.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, I speak to a lot of people all over the country, and some of them are really struggling for work in the real estate business right now. And we're really not down here. You know, we're just not getting it as easy as we were for the past 2 years, but I'm still busy. You're still busy. We still got great things going on. And, you know, another, you know I'm always talking about how great Tampa Bay area is, but it's really a great area. And the real estate market's still doing well here.
I look forward to these shifts because it gets a lot of the folks out that don't need to be in it. They're not
Yes.
that high customer service level. They are, formerly, and not to pick on certain, trades, but, bartenders or personal trainers, right? They're back into that business now. They can't survive. When you come out on the other end, 3 to 6 months, whatever it might be,
Right.
now your market share percentage has grown.
Yep.
We did 30 plus million last year. Hey, our goal's 50 million this year. It's going to be a better opportunity to do that on the flip side of that. And, Gary Keller wrote the book Market Shift. How do you cut expenses? You got to be careful about what your expenditures are. You got to reach out to your database, put your arms around your database, contact them. But we're talking about the vacant metros throughout the country. Orlando, number 1. Miami, number 2. Tampa, number 3. Number 4 was Birmingham, Alabama. 5, New Orleans, Louisiana. 6, Riverside, California. Number 7, Jacksonville, Florida. Diane, any comment on that, the vacant metros?
Yeah, we have still a lot of people buying second homes and investment properties here. I mean, I would say we're probably 30% second homes still. So a lot of those people have, they're up north and they plan to retire here and they're just not ready yet to retire. So they buy it ahead of time because they've seen what's happened with our market. So they're trying to get in, and because it's still going to appreciate. So, and one thing I would tell sellers out there, a lot of times if there is a reduction in price, a lot of times it's probably maybe that they started out a little higher than they should,
Right.
Sometimes. So if that's the case, offer to do a 2-1 buy down for your buyer and offer, so if the interest rates are at 6%, offer 4% the first year, 5%, and then a 6%. I mean, it's, it will, instead of reducing a sales price, because then the sales price stays up there where it should be.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the Orlando market. I do appraisals out there too, as well, like the Davenport area on Highway 27. There's communities out there. Almost all of them, I would say, are second homes.
Yeah.
None of them are owner
A
occupied.
lot of rentals. I've done some deals out there.
Exactly. All short-term rentals, huge houses with like 8 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and they're huge. And not owner occupied. No one lives there.
Close to Disney, close to Universal Studios.
Yep. You're like 2 exits away, maybe even 1 exit away from Disney.
Yep.
Easy to get to. And they're really cool. Like, if you're ever doing an Orlando vacation, look into these houses because they're really, really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can honestly see where those numbers seem accurate and makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Diane, tell us a little bit more about the down payment assistance programs as well. We hit on that a couple shows ago, but I think that bears repeating.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of them right now. So the state of Florida, for any frontline worker, Hometown Heroes program, they will pay up to 5% second mortgage. It does have to be paid back when it's sold or refinanced, so it's not a free, but if your income is less than $123,000, so that's for all your firefighters, your police officers, your veterans, your teachers, your medical workers, chiropractors, or administrative in a medical office or something like that. So it is available in Florida, and it's up to $25,000. The maximum sales price is $647,200. Which is the normal conforming loan amount. So it's a very popular program. There's other ones. Pinellas County has a $15,000 down payment assistance. Same thing, it has to be paid back. Now the interest rates for all these programs are either set by the state or set by the county, whoever it is. So the interest rates are set by them, that's not set by the lender. So there's a lot of opportunities. We have some others that like out in the Lakeland area, like you were talking about, Freddie Mac is offered some down payment assistance that helps in those areas, and some of those areas, depending on census tract, is what this is on. And it's $7,500 plus, depending on the income of the buyer, it could be up to another $2,500. So there's several different programs to help buyers get into homes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good stuff. All right, we're going to take a quick break. More with Ray Hall Appraisals, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, if she can stay over from the break. And coming up later, we got Mike Murphy Auto Group, and our feel-good story of the day, Real Life Lassie. Remember that show, Lassie? Go get help, Lassie. Lassie helps rescuers after owner falls 70 feet in a remote forest. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1, Instagram, Twitter, Getter, all the sites out there. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go ahead.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
We're going to do the just another like short segment with Ray and Diane, and then we'll bring in
So, do you want to proceed right now? All right, then everyone please stand by. So, Brandon, we're standing by. It looks like the guests are coming in right now. I guess they're going to be brought in and situated, and then we'll resume. All right, everyone, please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We'd like to help you win. If you're a seller out there thinking of selling, we'd love to talk to you. We feature our listings live on air and help our sellers profit more and sell faster with our innovations with radio, TV, and internet marketing. Have one of the highest list price to sell price ratios in all of Tampa Bay. Less days on market. The exposure piece is crucial. If you're selling real estate, reach out to the show, 813-917-1894. Just call or text 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. And we got a hot property at 27641 Lincoln Place in Wesley Chapel. This is a gorgeous property. It's on 3.24 acres. This property is just a large home with a nice design. It's got a beautiful design as well. Kind of have that pool overlooking your living room. 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. 3.25 acre lot located in Saddlewood Estates in beautiful Pasco County. It's got a pool and a lanai, butler's bar, service area, breathtaking views of the conservation. So you've got no neighbors in the back. And it's just minutes from the Wiregrass Mall up there in Pasco County. 27641 Lincoln Place, Wesley Chapel. One of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we've also got a commercial property here at 507 South Prospect Avenue. 507 South Prospect Avenue is in commercial property in Clearwater, right off of Gulf to Bay. It's 2,600 plus square feet, 12 rooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 stories. You got an office space rental opportunity. It'd be a great opportunity to rent it out. A commercial office building near downtown Clearwater, right off of Gulf to Bay. You got new roof, HVACs, 10 minutes from Clearwater Beach. 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater. If you're looking for any space for your business, attorneys, CPAs, mortgage office, real estate office, great opportunity at 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about commercial. Let's go. I want to go to Diane first. Diane, commercial real estate. What are you seeing in that space? And then also I'll come back to Ray and ask you, about that listing too, Ray, and your opinion on commercial real estate, because there's normally a lag there between residential effects and how it's affecting commercial. But Diane, what are you seeing out there?
Well, I don't do commercial loans, but I do get requests all the time for commercial loans, and I have actually it's pretty stable. We've had people ask for, they see some opportunities out there. I would get, most of the time I'm going to get requests for like apartment complexes, or if they're wanting to buy more than 5 units or something like that. And again, it goes back to that rental, because they see the advantage of renting. So I get those requests from some of my customers, and I haven't seen that change because they're looking for more rentals.
Yeah, exactly. That's the rental market is a great opportunity, and the commercial side of real estate, there's so many places that commercial can go, whether you're a business owner, maybe an investor looking for that passive income. You got industrial, all different types of commercial. Ray, what's your thoughts?
Actually, because I am a commercial and residential appraiser, our commercial business has actually picked up recently.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot more requests, a lot more bid requests on that. I've actually been reaching out to some lenders, seeing if they need some more help with the commercial appraisals. So we have seen that slowdown in volume with residential. I'm not talking values. I'm talking volume of work coming in.
Yep.
But with commercial, it almost seems like it's even picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe people. Probably what it was with the investors were so focused on that residential market for so long.
Right.
Now they're like, well, hey, this train's kind of slowing down a little bit. Let's check out over here.
Yeah.
In fact, right now I'm doing some multifamilies and a restaurant down in St. Pete. Last month I was doing commercial all the way down into the Keys.
Yeah.
I was at Cudjoe Key doing a convenience store.
That's awesome.
So there's definitely some activity going on in that commercial market right now. And it's definitely something you should be looking at if you're interested.
Yeah, just listed a beautiful property in Highway 301. We got to get the pictures updated, and we'll talk about it on the show. But right on 301, $1 million listing, beautiful property. Diane, final thoughts. Back to you. Final thought, and how can folks get in touch with you?
Well, if they want to call me, 727-647-8199, or reach out to the show. If you're renting, I can do a rent versus own. I can tell you what you can purchase. And I will tell you, if you have been looking and you were not able to find something, now is the time to start looking again. So if you signed a lease, and a lease is going to be coming up in the next 6 months, let's start again and start your search again, because you might actually find your home.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's great advice. Rent versus own analysis, DianeVance.com. Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you.
All right, Ray Hall, final thoughts.
We can always, do an analysis for them as well as for valuations on their homes. Again, we've talked about it in the past. These aren't necessarily the kinds of appraisals you would give to a bank or provide for negotiations, but it can give you an idea where your value's at. Or we can even do a market analysis of your neighborhood and show you what's going on in the current market and how values are responding to these interest rates. So call my office, 813-452-5369, or you can always reach us on the web at rayhallappraisals.com.
Rayhallappraisals.com. Awesome. Longtime friend of the program, and good advice there as well. Thanks so much, Ray.
Yep, no problem. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, taking a quick break, coming back with Mike Murphy Auto Group in the house, as well as our feel-good story of the day, and he brought Malik Rozier, hope I pronounced that right, managing partner as well for Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Real Life Lassie helps rescuers after owner falls 70 feet in remote forest. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, part of the sports and entertainment division at Keller Williams and National Network, doing a lot of cool things in that space, and just left a really cool event over at the mall, International Mall, talking about the luxury market. So they had a great panel over there and some good stuff happening. Every day we like to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is our Lassie story. A border collar being called a real-life Lassie helped rescue a man who fell 70 feet in a remote section of Tahoe National Forest in California. The dog's 53-year-old owner had broke his hip and ribs in the fall, the Nevada County Sheriff's Research and Rescue Organization said on Facebook. And it says, quote, as at first, we didn't believe it because it sounded like a movie. Then the sheriff's office went down, they came down and looked back, and is actually what they described. The reality was they had followed the owner, the dog, directly to the victim, and the man had fallen the night before and had a team of 25 out there searching, and that really helped speed up the process. Approximately 200 yards, in true Lassie fashion, they had to flag the dog down and helped him get to researchers. So there's our feel-good story of the day, real-life Lassie. Remember that old story? I used to love that show.
Yeah.
Mike Murphy in the house, Murphy Auto Group, and Malik Rosher as well, managing partner, Miami Millionaires Club. So welcome in, fellas.
Thank you. So great to be here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Let's start with that automobile update, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. So automotive has been peaks and valleys. We all know there's still no inventory. A little bit of good news now. Gas prices look like they're stabilizing nationally. We will see a rebound probably in Q4 as we see the holiday drive season. So $6 gas is still coming. I think we should enjoy this time, but don't assume that we're going to see our gas prices continue to go down forever. But that's the good news, because as gas prices stabilize, that means our trucks and our third-row vehicles and large SUVs are going to start to increase in value again. But in 30 days, we're going to hit a decrease. We see inventory levels starting to get better in 30 days. So as there's more availability of new vehicles, the price of used vehicles will naturally go down as the free market will dictate. And of course, every vehicle turns a model year older as soon as we get to January 1st of 2023. So now is one hell of a time to sell a vehicle. And if you're going to sell a vehicle, why not sell it to your consumer advocate for everything automotive? That's Murphy Auto Group.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can buy, sell. Murphy Auto Group, Southeast United States, I think it's 5 locations throughout the Southeast.
That's right. We're in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, but we'll go just about anywhere to pick up a vehicle right now.
Yeah.
Our anniversary is coming up, and I went to, I believe, Indiana or Oklahoma to get my wife's anniversary present.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, can't
Cool.
tell you what it is because it's a surprise.
Surprise. Okay, cool. Well, let us know after.
Deal.
Because I'm on the cliffhanger now. So automobile expert Mike Murphy in studio here. We got Malik Rosher as well. He's the managing partner, Miami Millionaires Club. So that's a new venture you guys are posting. I see some of the posts on Instagram. Follow them online, Miami Millionaires Club. Malik, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so first, thanks for having me on here. So the point of the company was basically to help student athletes. So obviously I played football at the University of Miami. Mike was a baseball player himself. So our biggest thing was having the ability to give back to these student athletes.
Yeah.
With the new NIL rules, I feel like a lot of people are just throwing money in these kids' face saying, hey, this is flashy, this is cool, like come over here and make $100,000.
Yep.
They don't tell you you're getting taxed 40%. They don't tell you your agent's going to take a percentage. They don't tell you all these little small things going behind it. And that was kind of the biggest thing is Miami is doing a great job with the NIL stuff. It's like, okay, not only are we paying these kids, but we also need to educate them. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. We're having 5 weeks in the summer, the month of July, basically going in and teaching these kids different ways like taxing, real estate, accounting. This week we're going to do nonprofit. So really just teaching them how to own and operate their own small business is really what we're going after. And really just helping them saying, hey, you guys are a brand, you know, with NIL coming money in, how can you take the money that you're receiving to now build something bigger and better for the next 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years? So that's really what we're trying to help these kids with.
I like that. And if our audience out there doesn't know what NIL is, can you break that down?
Yeah, so NIL stands for name, image, and likeness. So it's a rule where now college athletes can get paid based on their name, image, and likeness.
Very cool. Yeah, and Mike, you've dabbled in that, with some athletes and different things. How's that going?
Yeah, it's still going really, really well. You know, the NIL opportunity is great for all business owners of every level, especially for those business owners that are in that something above a small business but can't afford a professional athlete, or you're in a market area that doesn't have a professional team with a reach. Your student athletes are an amazing investment opportunity, especially when you talk to them, they're so appreciative. For so long, a football player, a volleyball player, they've been deemed as a athlete. Now, the beauty of NIL, and it's only been 54 or 5 weeks, is now they're an athletepreneur. They're an entrepreneur and an athlete at 18 years old. And the most amazing conversations are starting to happen. You know, I look at education like toothpaste. And you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, right? So once we enlighten an 18-year-old on taxes, the idea of live on a third, invest a third, save a third. Was that Ramsey, I think?
Yeah.
That education is so powerful that it's going to lift them and their families to a whole new level, if they're middle class to wealthy or out of poverty, because knowledge really is that power, and that's what Malik is sharing, and I'm trying to help.
Yeah, I love that. We're talking with Mike Murphy, Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as Malik Rosher. He's a managing partner, Miami Millionaires Club. So we've got our producer kind of scrolling through some of the tweets and such that you had up there on the show. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing online as well, and the social media, and then also the 7-on-7 tournament you had.
Yeah, so I'll let Malik talk about the 7-on-7 tournament. You know, everybody knows I'm an avid golfer, so I had this great idea that who's a better golfer, me or Tyler Van Dyke? I know he's got 4 inches on me and is definitely a better quarterback, but I think I can take him on the course. So we worked together and ended up getting on the same team, and we teamed up to raise money for a Miami Hurricane alum, Demetrius Jackson's nonprofit called Men of Today. So we played for his nonprofit. We played against other Miami Hurricane student athletes and alumni that played for another that we'll keep nameless nonprofit, because we won all the money. So all the money ended up going to Demetrius Jackson. And what his nonprofit focuses on is educating the youth. He's a school teacher focusing on, is it Overton Park, correct? Mm-hmm. And if you know Miami area, that's an area that is underserved and needs a positive influence. So he's stepping in as a big brother or even a dad in certain situations. Here's how to tie a tie. Here's how to treat women. Here's the proper way to act on prom night. And we see an opportunity to take this NIL money from student athletes, team up with businesses, and then park some of that over towards the nonprofit world. We want to educate these student athletes. Now, it's fantastic to make money. It feels pretty good to give it away, too.
Yeah, that's really cool. Absolutely. Tell us a little bit more about the 7-on-7, Malik.
Yeah, so the 7-on-7 was good. We had 16-plus teams come out, probably had over 600-700 people come out to support. So that was really good, to see the South Florida community come out and really support these high school kids.
That's fun.
We had a $5,000 cash prize, so we kind of put our money where our mouth is. We want these kids to come out, want them to come out to compete, have some fun. But at the end of the day, we want to help these programs. Some of these programs, they have bad jerseys, they need new helmets, they need new cleats. So it's like the team that come out and competes, like we're gonna help you guys get what you guys need for the next season.
Yeah.
So Shaman Amadana wound up winning it. They did a great job coming out competing the entire day. We had guys from 24/7. We had guys from Rivals. We had all type of media outlets. We had news outlets. So great event. I know next year we're going to do it bigger and better. I have about 10 to 12 more teams that want to join in on next year's event.
That's cool.
So we plan on doing this every year, making it more inclusive to the South Florida community and kind of having a one-year event where South Florida can kind of come behind their high school kids and say, yes, like we're here for you. We're behind you guys. We support you.
Yeah. Like that. I used to love playing flag football after my playing career, man. It was like kind of getting the cleats back on, getting out there, and then tore my ACL right over here at the I forgot the name of the park right there. I used to know it.
Oh, by
Skyway.
Independence?
Yeah, Skyway Park.
Oh, yeah,
When they
absolutely.
converted that to turf, I had all these years you play ball, Pop Warner, high school, college, and then, you tear your ACL playing flag football.
Yeah, cousin blew his Achilles out on that field.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Not cool.
I don't like the turf fields, man.
No.
I prefer the old school grass. Give me some nice grass and dirt.
Definitely better when you fall.
Yeah.
What I was just going to bring up is Malik did a very good job with putting on these events. So what is Miami Millionaires Club? We are hosting these events. We have the nonprofit education side. But unless we're just giving away my money, which is fun, we are still for profit. And eventually, Miami Millionaires Club will be hosting more events, and we'll be selling NFTs as our ticketing model to get into these private events. As an example, every single Miami Hurricanes home football game for the next 3 years, Miami Millionaires is going to have a box at the game with a theme party with alumni hosting the events.
That's
so
cool.
Very,
That's a lot
very
of fun.
exciting. Yeah,
I love that. Dan, and you mentioned like NFT and then crypto too. Like I know you're kind of in that world too. Crypto seemed to crash this last couple months. What's going on with that?
Sure. Here's just my opinion of crypto. I'm a big believer that crypto is 100% a pure market. So it's all about supply and demand. And you've got two forms of crypto. You got speculative crypto, which isn't really backed with anything. You have asset-backed crypto. Your asset-backed crypto is fine. My asset-backed crypto, like IDON, is a token. You can go to idonius.io to learn about it. It's actually up because as a volatile crypto fluctuates, as we've seen, people have moved out of a certain coin into a stable coin instead of converting it back to U.S. dollars and triggering a taxable event. So your famous ones, your Ethereums, your Bitcoin has taken a beating. I think that's about trading, because you have to have the trade transactions to go on to keep the price lifted. Well, if you think of, I'd like to say Biden's economy, but I won't because the guy's got COVID. But the current state of the situation is we've got a war in Ukraine, we've got out of control inflation, we got out of control prices. I mean, who buys most of the crypto? It's the youth. Who's affected most that has no savings account, the discretionary income's about to flip negative? Those are those people that have been investing in crypto.
Got it, yeah.
So I expect it to rebound and rebound well.
And the exchanges also, wasn't there a couple of the exchanges that either like froze and then I think one or two may have went out of business, the actual exchange itself?
Yeah, Malik's very well vested in this too. Maybe you could answer that a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when Terra went down, the Luna market, it crashed a lot of the coins because they were backed by USDC or USDT, one of the stable coins. And so when that market crashed, it pulled down the stable coins, and a lot of people invested millions and billions of dollars into the stable coin. Kind of what Mike was saying is like it was an asset-based value, but their biggest thing was rivaling the dollar. So they wanted to keep that at $1. And when Luna fell, it knocked them out of the $1 bracket. So it hurt a lot of the marketplaces that were doing the swaps of different coins and transactions along those lines.
Yeah, interesting. If you just joined us, we're talking with Mike Murphy Auto Group here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as Malik Rocher, managing partner, Miami Millionaires Club here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And Mike's our auto industry expert for all things auto. So let's talk a little bit about, the real estate side. We saw a lot of challenges with the insurance. So Florida insurance rates, there was a lot of fraud allegedly from roofing contractors, and they were kind of, almost strong arming the insurance companies. Hey, buy this homeowner a brand new roof. And we saw some legislation. The state legislature acted, and they changed some of the payouts and limited, I believe, some of the caps on attorneys' fees, et cetera. But what about the auto industry? Have you seen changes in the auto industry as far as insurance goes?
Yeah, absolutely. So each one of my 5 locations, I own an Allstate branch inside of it. So I'm in the automotive insurance world. And in the state of Florida, we're seeing premiums rise. Now, the nice thing about Allstate is if you're with Allstate, their premium rate increases are disproportionately lower than everybody else's. I think it's about the quality of the driver and the intelligence of the consumer that would go to a Murphy Auto Group dealership to buy a car. I'm playing about that last part.
Yeah, that's cool, though.
But here's the interesting thing. It's a uniquely Florida problem.
Yeah, that's right. I've
so
heard
only
that.
one of the 5 dealerships are in the state of Florida. The other 4, people are saving a considerable amount of money by reshopping their insurance, specifically automotive.
Yeah.
State of Georgia, it's down about 24% year over year.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot to go there on, when you look at the average American. I just played a clip earlier in the show, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, up 9.1% from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and that's what they even say. This government, who knows some of the stuff that they did with COVID, I don't believe them on a lot of things. 41-year high, right, for CPI. So how can people, any tips out there for folks to be able to afford more or stretch that dollar?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the misconception when people think about what is the cost of my car is they say, what's my car payment? Right. And that's just the complete wrong way to look at it. That's like saying, I'm going to look at all of my extremities and focus on my left leg. You're leaving out like 3/4 of the equation. So we do have the car payment. We've got the cost of driving it, right? So we've got fuel cost. So that can be adjusted. You've got insurance cost, and you get cost of maintenance. So if those 4 things is what drives your total cost of ownership, here's what I recommend you do. If you go to Murphy Auto Group and you look at miles per gallon, try to double your miles per gallon. Now, more than likely, the average person listening to us is driving a 10 to 12-year-old vehicle, and they're getting about 14 to 18 miles per gallon. Mm-hmm. And if you're spending $6,000 a year on gas or $500 a month, which used to seem crazy, but $100 a week is par for the course, unfortunately.
Right.
You double your miles per gallon, you cut your gas bill in half.
Yeah, that's
now
big.
That can offset a year-over-year CPI of 9.1%, and that's up, right, month over month, because it was 8.8, I think, the month before. So we're seeing inflation going up, not trending down.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we got about 45 seconds left. Give us your Instagram handles. How do you want folks to find you?
Absolutely. Well, you can always follow me at Real Mike Murphy on Twitter, Real Mike D Murphy on Twitter, Real Mike Murphy on Instagram. You can always go to realmikemurphy.com. Miami Mills Club on Twitter and on Instagram. And Malik, yours?
My handles are Malik_Rozier12. That's my Instagram, and then my Twitter is Malik_Rozier2.
Cool. All right. Follow them. Check them out online. Definitely shop Murphy Auto Group if you're thinking about buying or selling a vehicle. Murphy Auto Group throughout the Southeast United States here. They got 5 locations. Thanks so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in. That was good stuff. I love the NIL. It's interesting. I keep saying I got to do something with USF here locally and get more involved with that, but maybe we'll talk more about that off air. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Ray Hall Appraisals, and, of course, Mike Murphy Auto Group, Miami Millionaires Club as well with Malik Rozier. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.